The quality of startups is definitely getting better. I'm also more impressed with the quality of founders. I think the intensity of the founders has definitely become much deeper.
The formula works. I think it's pitched just at the right level. Sufficient information to get us going, and we can always ask for more.
In terms of the cross-section of people available, they complement each other, from industry backgrounds, etc. So they do kind of fill a bit of the gap. I think the geographic spread also helps give you a flavor of the market. Honestly, it's been absolutely great experience.
It's kept at a pace that I think keeps us very focused and doesn't kind of lose us down rabbit hole. What's interesting is just how much you change your opinion from the first pitch to now when you've had a time to digest, read, and speak to them again and ask more direct questions.
The other sharks ask their questions from their different points of view. So that always kind of like take away, oh yeah, this is a nice angle to dive into this company. It's a very energizing experience for me. And of course, the intellectual challenge is trying to understand business based on a few pieces of paper, really understand how and well this is going to work. It's an interesting puzzle at the end of the day.
Enjoy these sessions. I think having the opportunity to speak with founders in a more intimate setting is always nice. You get a better feel of their personality as well. And I think that's quite important when you look at a startup, is really how the founder, do you feel their passion?
That really is working quite well in these sessions, frankly, is the prep work that She1K has done to get us here. I think the evaluation reports they give us to kick off the initial meetings are terrific. It's obvious they've coached the people. The fact that we've got just 5 people being able to sit there with the founder and ask them some really good questions about their company, have a nice conversation, get to know them as people a little bit, along with how well prepared they are, I think is terrific. So I think we got bang for the buck in a very short period of time.
Diversity of the group is great. The diversity of profile from startup.
CEOs or the founders, they are far more relaxed. Let me put it that way. I think in a group session, they are really trying to get through those 4 minutes or 8 minutes. But here they have time to think, contemplate, and look at the answer. It at least enables us to ask more detailed questions. We are also able to gauge from their reaction of whether they are really in it, not in it, and so on. So no, I found it very, very useful. Definitely one of the stronger points of this entire C#.
My 4th season. Cheat sheets were good to get us started, but once we got started, you hear the first 2 questions. You remember, you remember back to, when they presented.
It's good to have a second look at the company and ask specific questions.
The report that is prepared for me is of very high quality. I'm sure I could extract more information and therefore questions to ask. Overall, very well organized.
The section today is very helpful in terms of for us to deep dive into more detail, getting more ideas, and definitely even to get some of the USP as well as some of the models. I have a second thoughts around what there actually is compared to the first day. So I think this is actually a very helpful section.
Praise the cheat sheet enough. I think, you've got a number of people who are coming in with different levels of expertise, who focus on different elements, who maybe read one report in more detail than other reports. So as an investor, right, pulling in all of that knowledge into a consolidated question list will help you, because if you did it on your own, it's very difficult to know every single question to ask, right? As somebody who's in the business of investing, right, you always pull in the knowledge around you. So I think this really helps. And they're not generic questions, right? So there's some standard questions, but some are very particular to the business itself.
The write-ups are superb, so if you had a hand writing some of them, I think they're really value added, very good.
Yes, yeah.